Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wednesday call. We got an exciting call today, and it's one of my favorite topics, entrepreneurship. Over the years, this is not a new wheel that we're using. It's actually something to bring the team together and strengthen our team at a high level. So med beds are one of these things that a lot of people question how they can spread the med beds across the country, even though we are considered the realistic med beds, right? Because we're going back in time to bring out the canceled technology to the people. We're not bringing a star technology down. We still have to go back in time through the many ages to bring the technology to people. So realize when I say med beds, I'm talking about reality. This is not something dropped from, the stars. This is something that could be channeled in energy and understanding, essentially. But just like Nikola Tesla was able to channel his technologies, this medbed technology that we want to spread across the United States, at least, and the world, starts right here, right? I was on a podcast just yesterday with over 600,000 Patriots live over the weekend and over the NFL Super Bowl weekend. We didn't watch the Super Bowl. We were out helping and assisting veterans that either couldn't walk or had a hard time breathing. We are giving away free mattresses for those people in need, at least in the Orlando, Florida area. But that's some of the stuff we're doing, and I think it's very exciting to be a part of this group. And it is entrepreneurial, right? It's something that is something in our DNA tells us that, instead of working a job or a so-called job, that you could have a purpose, a meaning, something much more than just working a standard type of job. This is a passion that we have here. This is meaningful and purposeful. Nothing in this world, to me at least, feels better than assisting these people. This is something that a lot of people, even doctors, always wanted to do. And I'm not a doctor, but I can tell you there's a lot of doctors out there. This is exactly why they became a doctor. This is exactly what they wanted to do. And that's what we're doing. And it wasn't something that happened overnight. It took 20 years to be in this position. But the overall goal was to give this availability to everyone. So I was known in the mattress industry as a guy that managed 500 mattress stores. And when I did this, I taught people that they needed to get out of their categorical thinking, start following their passions, start following their purpose, even though it could be a little bit of a scary shock. It could bring up some scarcity issues, but in reality, no one's telling you to quit your job. No one's telling you to do anything. But what I am going to suggest is that you get into it and you utilize your time management skills and get all the way deep in this. In a nutshell, it is a little bit what you call being a little selfish, right? In entrepreneurship, it is a lot like self-healing, self-care, right? You want to go after something, and we have a lot of people probably on this call, me included at one time, is that you were taking care of everyone else. Everyone else's problems were your problems, but your problems were last, right? And so that self-care that you need is essentially going to be the thing that appears to be selfish. But if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of anyone else. And that's the reality that we live in. So the anti-aging bed is a beautiful brand. And that's the premise of what we're doing. and the technologies that we have. And of course, we'll have more technologies. Entrepreneurship is the main guiding principle. We're in business for ourselves, but not by ourselves. So that's what this group is all about. That's what I want to try to nail down today, because this group is in business for ourselves, but not by ourselves, right? There's a big difference. If you have no one to reach out to for assistance, how good are you going to be? Who's going to lift you up? Who's going to allow you to fall off the end of the earth, right? Your team is not. Your team is not going to let you fall off by the wayside. You can try to push the universe and see if it pushes back. And to do this, you have to use your intention. You push and see what comes back, right? Because that's how it works. And when you go through this learning process, you start not to believing in fear anymore. Fear of failure, or fear in general, will hold you back from everything you want in life. The relationship you want is there somewhere, but fear holds you back. The business and life you want is there, but fear holds you back. On the other side of fear is everything you want. Everything you want. But you have to actually be in the game. You have to throw your hat in the ring. And I'm not saying you make a drastic change in your life. I'm saying make a change and stick to it. But I'm not saying quit your current job and go for this. I'm saying this starts out as a part-time thing. Put the hours and the time behind it. Don't make excuses and say, hey, well, I tried one post and this thing doesn't work. So I'd like to go over the 5 ways we advertise, right? So when you say, John, well, how do I do this, right? There's 5 ways that we do this, right? Number 1 is social media. Go after the ones you're fluent with. Go after the ones you're using, and your conviction of what you're sharing is powerful, because people are with our specific product. This is not a product this is more of a lifestyle. This is more of something groundbreaking. This is not another product, right? It literally isn't. I've been in I've been with a couple things, whether it was oils or soft drinks or supplements. This is totally different, guys. This is a groundbreaking breakthrough product that we have here. You can find any group on Facebook. It could be an autism group. It could be a back pain group. It could be a cancer group. You name it. You don't need to make a post in that group. You don't have to be the forefront. All you have to do is like other comments below, use your link, and we talked about this in the other calls. Use your link and post it in the comments saying this is some great stuff right here. So the other ways we advertise is through podcasts. If you can find podcasts with other people, these podcasters predominantly are very good, because we have a product that requires a little bit of information or education. You could do your own video, right? And you could edit your own video before you post it even. So there's multiple ways that you could be sharing, posting. You could be taking a picture of your bed cover, the meter, this or that, and utilizing social media. The podcasts are very much social media, but it's its own thing too. So if your strength is not social media, if your strength is not podcast, well, you could do flyers. If we have some preset flyers that you could be using. You could create your own flyer. You could ask for one of ours that you could edit. You'd have to get approval if you're going to be setting them anywhere, because they will call us. So anytime you do a flyer, you just need a little bit of approval before you put it up. Some people, if you live in an apartment complex and there's an elevator, you could ask the front people, management, if you could share with them a sleep technology and put it in the elevator so people could read it. You could put your QR code so that people could scan it and go right to your URL. You could leave your phone number or a new email address on that flyer so that people could reach out to you. The other ways are word of mouth. Some people are all word of mouth. You could be going to church and talking about how this helped. You could, if you're a teacher, you could bring it up during your classes. Some people do. Lyft and Uber drivers have been very successful. You know, they talk to the people that they're driving around. So word of mouth is the most powerful way to get the message out of what you're doing and information about the technology. And email and text. Email and text are fairly easy. If you have an email list in your current business and it's okay to use, you know, you could be using your URL, letting people know the benefits, and even text them your link. So basically, these are the 5 ways we advertise, and these are super important. If you're going to take this to the next level as something that you want to do, these are the ways to get the message out.